Hello everyone and welcome back to All of Fabric 6 with me, your friendly neighborhood bat frog. We are here in the end for the big fight again. Getting pretty freaking close to finishing this pack. As you can see here, the green means we're done, so we've done all the magic ones. Almost finished MI, just a little bit there. Tools and Armory was just a bit of finicky work to get through there. But other than that, most of the big pages here are done. Tech Reborn is the big one. Wonder why I ran out. Oh, I ran out of blood. Oh, so I guess that flying consumes blood? I think that's what we just learnt. Anyway, we'll get juiced up. In a little bit, we're going to get started on Tech Reborn because there are a lot to tick off there. That's like the lion's share for sure. That shouldn't be too hard, hopefully. But the thing that we're here for today, like to make all these things, the dragon set of things, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 dragon scales to get like the armor and the anvil and the tools and weapons and sword and whatever. It's got no recipe, but as far as I can tell, they only drop from killing the dragon here, so it's not a bad place to get started. And let's wear this glitch armor that we made last time. So I just leveled up to self-aware tier, all the different data cards from Deep Mob Learning, and yeah, let's experiment and see what they do. You put them in the armor set here to level things up. So, okay, interesting. So the nether one will give you Truce with the Piglins, auto extinguish if you get on fire, and fire immunity, which we already have these things. We have fire immunity from our backpack here, but it doesn't seem to work now that I'm a vampire. I've noticed that when I touch lava, I still burn. That didn't used to be the case. What if we swap that out? Jump boost, fall immunity. Let's just have a look. Probably put that away. To see what kind of buffs we can get. So the ocean data model gives you underwater haste, depth strider, Poseidon bless. Maybe that's like the dolphin's grace. Water breathing, okay. All right, so I went to the wiki just to see what these things mean. Resistance is just, resistance to damage. Undying means you get like an automatic totem of undying. Yeah, so that +1 undying. So I think you get like an extra life, basically, which is pretty cute. For the ghost data model, you get soul vision, night vision, and flight. We actually don't need those things. That would be super handy under normal circumstances, but yeah, we don't need it. For the skeleton data model, you get friendly skeletons, and I guess archery just means increased damage. Yeah, +5 archery. I guess your arrow's just worth more. Well, yeah. Can't say I know what rot resistance means, but yeah, the unrotten flesh is you can eat rotten flesh. Well, we drink blood because we're a vampire, so we don't need that. Interesting though. Shulker friendly, Enderman proof vision, and teleport. And finally, the overworld one gives us plenty. Being in sunlight increases your health, like fills up your bar. Well, as a vampire, it's not like we're actually able to go into the sun in the first place. So there you go. And as you can see, I have enchanted this setup here. But the weird thing is it didn't want to go to the top protection level. Like I tried it in the Spectrum Enchanter and it wouldn't take any of the books. But then I tested it in an anvil and it did take a book. So I just made the best books that I could. But yeah, I didn't really want to go past level 4. So Featherfall in 4 instead of Featherfall in 10, which is what I gave it. Also protection, capped out at 4 instead of 10. Not too sure why that would be the case, but also not too bothered by it. All right, let's get this fight. Oh, she's probably going to kill that farm, isn't she? Oh well, no great loss. We'll take our potions. Get ready for this. We've got like speed, absorption, regen, strength, and haste. We should be set for this. I'm hoping that we're very OP, but she is a tougher dragon than normal. So like every time I break a crystal, I get struck by lightning. And yeah, she's buffed in a whole bunch of other ways. She summons in these phantoms. And to make things worse, the crystals actually grow back. Get out of here, you. So I was looking at ways to try and cheese this fight. Like I wanted to... Hey, look, she just flies right through those blocks. I was hoping I could get like a diamond lasso so I could capture her and put her into a little kill chamber. Well, that doesn't work because she must be on like the blacklist of the lasso. I tested out in creative. I spawned in like 20 or 30 wardens and the wardens just couldn't hit her. I summoned in a whole bunch of withers and they also couldn't hit her. But there was one thing I thought we'd try. Oh, please don't let me die. Okay, there we go. Get a couple buckets of this. What if we douse her with Midnight Solution when she comes in here to perch? We might be okay doing that. I'm hoping. So this stuff is meant to harm mobs, I think, as if you were hurting them. I think they drop the same kind of things from memory. Oh, she's on the mend. Yeah, here we go. See, it grows back. Okay, here she comes. Oh, why am I such a bad shot with this? Did you see that? She didn't want to perch on it. I think they've cheese-proofed it. I was hoping to get away with that. Oh well. I guess we can have to fight it with our fists, not our head. What's with all the lightning and stuff? As you can tell, so much harder than it is in vanilla. Okay, well, look, not so bad. We got 3 out of that fight. I thought maybe she'd just give us 1. But I'm happy with 3. Let's see. Like so. What are these bars here? I wonder. Because you can't put mending on these things. If I take that off... Oh, it drains the data model. I don't like the sound of that. That's kind of crud. That's kind of crummy, I think. Really wish it didn't do that. So next fight, we'll just go Spectrum styles. Okay, she's really not that bad. Talk about a pain in the butt. We only got 2 out of that one. Yeah, I'm not convinced that looting does anything. That's okay. I didn't realize we actually already had 6. So that's it. That's all we need for this thing. Dragon eggs. Aha. First time there's something I want to do with these at the end of the episode. But let's not dilly-dally anymore so that we can actually have time to to get to that. And the dragon anvil. We got 1 left over for things. Works exactly like in normal but never breaks. Has no level cap and it won't ask for more than 30 levels of experience. We got the dragon armor set and what? All the tools. Yeah, the bedrock one has a 15 digging speed by default. This one's a 12. If I had to guess, I'd say bedrock just outranks the dragon scale stuff. So into storage it goes. Never to be mentioned again. Let's get stuck into TR. So I've just connected a smart cable here and we'll give that a, these are all our spare P2P channels. As you can see, it's probably the last one that we're going to use in this playthrough. And yet we've got so many spares. So each one of those has the potential for 32 channels. So we can give this guy 32 channels and we'll store that in there so we don't lose like the card that it's connected to. And then we can just bring out cables this way and connect up machines. And I figure this corner is not going to be used. Maybe we'll try and use this for all of our TR stuff. The first thing I'm wondering is there a textbook? Is there a quest book? There is a manual. Right, but from memory, this is actually a joke, right? From memory, it doesn't tell you anything. You have an online wiki, or you can get yourself a refund and get your items back, which is pretty cute. I like that. Oh, but before we get started, yeah, this won't be a complete walkthrough of Tech Reborn. Like, I've never really Tech Reborned before, so I'm not the most familiar with it. But yeah, sorry, I feel a bit dirty just skipping over one of the big mods in the pack. But it is being a kitchen sink mod pack, most of the things that these blocks do, we've done other ways. Like especially all the tech processing and ore refining and plate making and all that kind of stuff. We're doing that at our MI factory. So there's not really any need to double up. But it doesn't mean we can't discuss things along the way. So first off, you get sap. Like so. I wonder if this guy, the electric growth chamber, will give us sap. Just logs and leaves, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like you can run that through an industrial centrifuge to get sap, if you want sap for anything else, although the only use of sap is rubber, so we can probably just skip that process altogether. Or you can use rubber logs in an extractor to get your rubber, which probably isn't the best ratio, but for us, it's For us, it's pretty good. And as we go along, I think what I'll do, as we go along, I'll just set recipes for all these things. Having a fully set up ME system is going to make this much easier. Refined iron is just cooked up iron. And refined iron plates are another thing that's going to get made quite a bit, I think. Hold up. An electric furnace. Oh, God. Yeah, I actually want this. Get rid of that as well. Because it's an ingredient in making the electric one. And it just makes more sense. There you go. It just makes more sense to put the electric one there. All right, there's this thing called the alloy smelter, which makes like netherite, invar, electrum, bronze, and brass. These things, but I've just searched through our ME system, and we already get all these things automated, so I don't have to worry about that machine at all. I still have to make it though. Yeah, but to make it requires all of the things we have. We don't have this thing called advanced alloy. To make that, you're just compressing an ingot of the stuff. There's probably a good argument here to trade for it, but as you can tell from our factory here, I don't like to imprison the villagers in any way. We'll do this recipe. We need mixed metal ingots. Whoa, they have a few options. Bronze, brass, tungsten steel. I guess it's just a question of what you have the most of. Nickel, brass. Yeah, we'll just get this one set up. Yeah, smelter to get the advanced ones, and then you compress that to get the advanced alloy plates. And coming in the back here with the compressor. And there's our alloy smelter. Never to be used. All right, we'll figure that out if we need it later. Okay, yeah, they were a bit slow, but you can overclock them, increase the speed of the machines with one of these three recipes. This one, I don't know what the hell this is talking about. Potassium, sodium stuff. That's all a bit much. This one, though, of course, you just get one, so it's a less efficient recipe. But we don't have helium and NAK coolant cells. But we can easily make this. Bucket of water at 14. All right, so now we should be able to get, I don't know, just give us 10 of them. Decrease crafting time at the cost of more energy used per tick. So this will be 100% faster, but it'll be, what's that? 300 times more expensive on, really? 300 times more expensive on energy. So that's something to consider. But this thing, this wrench, takes the whole block away, but it doesn't remove like the overclockers or the input-output slots. So that's super handy. Anyway, you guys still with me? So let me just go ahead and make a few things, and then we'll come back and see what they all do. Okay, so we've hit a bit of a snag here. I think what we're going to do is try to finish the top quarter here, the top kind of quadrant. And let's look at getting this UU matter stuff the TR way with the recycler. Converts any item you put into it into scraps with a 1 in 6 chance to do so. Cobblestone. We have 2.5 million cobble. We could just probably start pouring that in. Or we could use the Mark V cobble gen. So if you were to go there, it might try to automatically put down. I'm not sure. I guess we got to set the input to auto input. Check that out. Yeah, and that's making this stuff called scrap. And scrap you combine into a scrap box. And we want to put this or scrap boxes into a matter fabricator, and that produces UU matter. Both scrap and scrap boxes can be used in the matter fabricator. The first one will give you 2% of the progress bar for producing a single piece of UU matter, which means that you can produce that. To produce 1 UU matter, you will need 50 scrap. So there's an auto crafting table. I don't know why it says low tier. If we set this up to configure slots, oh boy, auto input, it's just going to put them all there, isn't it? Okay, and then configure slots, this one to output on the side. Yeah, they're all going to go there. How do we make a recipe? So I probably have to spread it out. Oh, look, it looks like it tries to distribute it evenly. That's badass. Making my life much easier. So with that, we can make a scrap boxinator. And this thing, okay, when you use it, it gives you a random item. But, you know, you open it up, right click. Oh, a bed, some of that, some glowstone, some real junk. God, some real junk. And I think putting it in this will just do that operation for you so you don't have to click it. Okay, and you're going to configure slots, this one to extract automatically. And they're going to start going in there. All right. Aha, that's much better. So before I discuss all this, let me just show you guys why I've turned down the volume in editing. Can we turn it down here, I wonder? All right, that's a bit better. Yeah, this stuff is just insufferable. You can swap out one of these overclockers for a like a silencing card, but I'm just not here for that. Yeah, so the like it was a max tier dank in there. It just didn't have enough spots. Like all those slots quickly filled up. So I just swapped it out here for an old-fashioned ME drive with a subnetwork out here. I could stick a storage bus on this so that our main ME system can access it, but it's good enough for now. Inside, we just have all the drops sorted by quantity. So there's some odd ones here. A bunch of heads, Modmus's head, Prospect Dev's head, Rushme's head. Maybe you need a data pack for them to show properly or something. I'm not sure why I can't see their heads, but anyway, Gigabit 101's head. Very useful stuff. And as far as I can tell, this just drops kind of everything, like all the beds and different types of fences and stuff. I forget how we view this. It's like this. Ah, here it is. So the scrapbox recipes, 93 pages of stuff. Nothing looks too impressive, but it does give you a bunch of drops that you'd have to process. You'd have to have a whole production line of stuff in TR set up first to process. Oh, yeah, and yeah, this thing's super useful. We've just got 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 actually. There's one sneaking there right behind this auto crafting table. And they're all max tiered, except I did take out one of the overclockers from here and one from here. That way this thing can keep up. If I was to put in just one more overclocker, the cobblestone generator would eventually just drain down. And when it drains down, it'll probably start putting scrap into this input slot here and everything. So yeah, it's just not worth the hassle. I'd rather the cobblestone generator backlog than these machines being fed the wrong stuff. And the netherite auto crafting table from auto workstations just works a bit faster. And then this guy, this scrap boxinator, can auto input it from the right hand side. So it's just trying to take in whatever this thing has available in its output slot. And then, yeah, straight down into this little ME subnetwork here that I've set up. Where I want to go with this today is, as you can see, we've come through here and unlocked a bunch of stuff that we're probably never going to use. All the TR electricity kind of blocks and alternative generators, the solar panel stuff. I would like to get a quantum solar panel set up though. It sounds powerful. But yeah, look, we barely took a chunk out of this page. But the best thing in these situations is to set goals. And what if our goal was to get one of these quantum solar panels? Like, if that's our goal for the day, I think that'll be a pretty productive day. But to do that, as you can see, just follow the arrows. It's saying we have to get this thing called the matter fabricator. This thing produces UU matter, but TR styles. Both scrap and scrap boxes can be used in the matter fabricator. Okay, and you feed it scrap boxes. So as you can see, here's the recipe for it. We can make 4 of those things, but we can't make the energy flow chips or the Lapatronic energy orbs. And those things are here. Yeah, they don't look too far off where we are. So I'll get recipes for advanced circuit setup. That's possibly a cheaper way to make it. Industrial circuits, they have to be made in the assembly machine, so we may as well get that set up anyway. These crystals are a bit tricky. Let's have a look. They require this stuff called lazurite plates. The only way you can get that is through compressing with any of the mods though, but still, we don't have this dust stuff. Compressing lazurite dust. And lazurite dust you get from, you can like use the industrial grinder with the raw ore. You can get an industrial centrifuge set up. You get some other things as well. Or you can use the Scrapboxinator machine, Neutron 3000. This guy. And that is why we have now 27, 27 lazurite dust sitting there. I did the calculations, and to make all the crystals that we need for this, to fill in these blocks and to get the matter fabricator, we're going to need 66 of the lazurite dust. We also need, in an assembly machine, which we'll have, to get this stuff, the energy crystals, we also need this stuff called synthetic redstone crystals, which requires a chemical reactor. And lastly, though, to make, let's get rid of that one, these things also require iridium alloy plates, and it doesn't look like it'll take, like, there's no substitute for it here. It's just the Tech Reborn one. And the only way to make this is in an implosion compressor. Although you do have two choices, but it's still the only way to make it. And this thing is our first multi-block. So I might need to reclaim this space here, and maybe we have like multi-blocks here, and like we can have 2 stories of multi-blocks, and then single item blocks can just kind of sit up here on these steps. We just made ourselves the assembly machine, which we can just put up there, and we can start giving it some patterns. So we wanted it to make this one, silicon plate, 2 electron plates. That's our chemical reactor. It's going to give us this synthetic redstone stuff. So 32 redstone, 1 diamond gives you 1 of them. We'll teach you the recipe. Our new machine, the rolling machine, is what it's called. The rolling machine. It's going to be a learning experience. If we set the input on, I think we have to set the input for every single one of these. Let's see. It's got the recipe. Can we make a copper nickel heating coil? Nickel ingot. I've been cutting it out, but I may as well show you guys what I'm doing. So every time that we don't have something that that TR needs, that MI produces, I just come over here, and what was it that we missed? We're missing nickel ingots. And I just go into one of these config chests here and go nickel ingot, give us a couple stacks of them. Oh, this one's a bad... All these other things are factory kind of produced. Nickel ingots aren't getting produced, which is odd. We definitely have that stuff. That's kind of weird. Okay. This never happens, I swear. And that's the recipe we want. Yes, lock that, please. Okay. Copper nickel heating coil. Let's see this in action. So, yeah, it's not going to make the recipe. Do I do... Oh, it's too fast. Yeah, let's try that again. I just want to set the recipe on this thing. And I wonder if this is how you do it. And then you go lock recipe? Maybe? Oh, maybe to lock the recipe, you have to sacrifice 1 set. Let's try again. Yep, look at that. It evenly spreads out. Okay. Well, no need to race to the Discord then. That works. So if you want to lock a recipe, you have to kind of keep the items in there. Good to know. Now it's just a matter of getting ourselves an implosion compressor. And this thing, yeah, this thing's a multi-block. All right, so it's 4 layers tall, and that thing sits in the middle like a real dingus. That's pretty ugly. Maybe. Maybe I'm just a hater. Right, so 9, 8, and 9 of advanced machine casings. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but maybe we could kind of just bury it down here. Like, I'm assuming the inputs and outputs are still this block. And by burying it, we can have space above for something else, for like another multi-block. Hopefully I don't regret this. I don't want to have to move everything. Cool. That's it. Give it its overclockers, and it's got to get power and... Power and And in the implosion compressor, what do we make? We make iridium alloy plates. And we got the back is this one over here. So in and auto outputs as well on the back. And we'll set this to blocking mode so that multiple recipes don't clog it up. All right, test. Iridium ingots. Let's try this again. Iridium alloy plates we can make. It comes in here. There's an explosion. Nice. And how much TNT do we got? 320. Well, TNT's automated back at MI. I think I just turned it off because it was wasting all our sulfuric stuff. Look, we almost got everything, but we're just over halfway on the lazurite dust. So I feel like we may as well, got to do it eventually, may as well make one of these things as well. Industrial centrifuge, which is going to be a multi-block. These shapes are making it really awkward. I figured that'd be the same shape. So this one's going to be, if only I could put it upside down. And this one's a little funny. I just threw down an extractor with an interface to always be providing rubber logs. And this thing's just converting rubber logs to rubber. Because, yeah, important ingredient and we'd run out of the stuff. Are we good? Fingers crossed. No. God damn it. You know what I just realized? This is the industrial blast furnace. So we'll take that back. God damn it. We want to build the centrifuge, which isn't a multi-block. How am I so stupid? And connect that up with power. All right, that makes things a bit easier. Now this one was, oh God, starting to get a bit tedious. Give me a second while I set these inputs. Down and on the down. Okay, cool. Now this stuff, I mean, how much lazurite stuff did we accumulate? Lazu. See, so we got 39 of it. We needed 66. But now if we're smart about it, 3 lazurite, yeah, we get 3 every 4 lapis we put in. All right, hopefully that all makes sense. So yeah, we got the basic machines. I guess we're not using the alloy for anything. The centrifuge now, this guy can make us the dust, and we're going to put the dust in the compressor to make the plates. Now, if I've done everything correctly, I think we should be able to craft one of these matter fabricators now. Cross your fingers. What are you waiting on? Who's working? Oh, no one's working? Easy peasy, that's it. Matter fabricator. Okay, it's looking a bit sporadic now. Excuse me, where's my achievement for it? Requires lapatronic energy orb and industrial machine frames. So in order to get this, like in order for it to register, even though I've got it in my hand, and the only thing before it is scrap metal, you have to have this stuff and what was the other thing? Lapatronic energy orb. Should be able to oblige. All right, we're just going to make one of these just to put in our hands. And the other thing was titanium plates. Very nice. So I swapped out the recycler, put it up there. We've got a matter fabricator here. It wants to eat scrap. And what if we tell it to input from the scrap being produced here? We probably also want to tell this thing to stop inputting. Stop it. Stop it right now. It cannot be that easy. Can it? No. It can't be that easy. Really? It's a little bit too easy. So I've never done this before, but shouldn't we be able to, if we stick a storage bus on there, on this interface, which is connected to all the items in that disk drive there, it'll eat a channel. This goes to our regular network. Will that mean that I can access all the items from there? So now there's a storage bus connected to our main line. Let's see. If it works, there should be UU matter here. And there is. Okay. That's so cool. It's getting super messy in here. Does that make sense? So yeah, we've got the main line coming in here from this line, but it's only using one channel because it's using a P2P. You can kind of just ignore that if you don't know what that means. But basically what it's doing is it's giving us 32 channels available at this point. At this interface here, 32 channels are available. We're only using 10 of them, and one of them we're using now for a storage bus connected to an interface, and that interface only interfaces with the items in this drive here. Like for instance, let's chuck in something valuable. Let's chuck in our magnet. We only got one of those, right? It disappears. That magnet's going to be in this disk drive. There it is. Not our main storage over here. So it's keeping them separate. All right, that's cool. That is very cool. Now let's make a quantum solar panel which might take a little while. I'm not actually able to get into the sun myself. Oh, it's raining. Does it work in the rain? Oh, it's getting something. Panel obstructed from sky. Talking about. Oh, okay. Not anymore, you're not. So that's a straight line down. With a bit of lag. And if we box that off like this, how much are we generating there? Is that a lot? I don't know. Generating 32E a tick. Huh. Doesn't this thing generate 300,000 FE a tick? Am I crazy? 300,000 FE a tick, although it's only generating 275,000 FE a tick, or we got the 32E a tick. I suspect actually it's just because the power demands of a modern modded base is a bit higher than TR is capable of or is ready for. All right, but I said I've got something to do with this dragon egg here, which if I can, do I have the book still? Adventures, here it is. So yeah, I kind of thought that we were looking good on boss rush. We've done the golem. Well, we've done a bunch of these. We haven't done the Twilight Forest bosses, but we're going to do them all in one go on a stream or something. But there is this one here, the Eye, which can only be summoned at an Eye Shrine. And this is the Eye Shrine as part of Adventures with a Z. The shrine drains energy from the rarest block in Minecraft, the Dragon Egg. Build it inside the end to summon the deadly creature called the Eye. Pretty cheap. A couple of end rods, obsidian, crying obsidian. It probably just looks a little something like this. Oh. Yes, I 100% stole that transition from an old Etho episode that I saw recently. That is pretty fun. I wanted to try it out. So this here is the Eye Shrine. You know, you get the how to build it from this thing here. You just kind of go click to visualize. You place that somewhere here, for instance, and it shows you what blocks you want to use. Well, unvisualize. Well, this is it. And when you build it inside the end, and presumably when you put the dragon egg on top, right here, that'll summon this boss called the Eye. But unfortunately, yeah, this episode's gone off for a little long, so we might leave it there for now. It's been a little while since I've done this, but let's collect all these loot bags that are sitting here for us. And then maybe it'll be a bit more visible, a bit more obvious how close to the end we are. God, what a mess. What a mess. They're kind of from all over the place, but a few of them are epics. We got Tech Reborn epics, MI epics, also from Create. 3 artifact loot bags, which are pretty cool. Probably save them to the end, and even some legendary ones. So let's have a look at what these regular ones and some rares. Yeah, let's see what they give us. Okay, some cool stuff here. Liquid XP bucket, some elevators, sleep charm. Nice, and a whole bunch of these coolers and like some entangled stuff. Pretty cool. Onto the epics. Oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad. All right, these may just be the first legendary ones that I've opened, so curious to see what they got. Actually happy with that. Like, it's not so easy to get these large advanced motors, so that's very good. And finally, the 3 artifact loot bags. And junk. Oh well, I wouldn't expect any great surprises so late into the game. All right, now let's look at this quest book. So the green means it's done, and as you'll see, more green than blue. Tech Reborn, I think we could probably get this done next time. I've had a look through this. A bunch of it's pretty easy. Some of it not so much, like maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not so sure how we're going to get the liquids going. But anyway, next episode we'll finish that off. The majority of the things left on this page are actually from TR, like the tools, something called a nano saber, the quantum suit, which if that's easy enough to make, not sure. If that's easy enough to make, we'll fight this guy. We'll fight this guy in our quantum suit, and that'll be 2 more pages ticked off, leaving basically just MI and then, you know, some cleaning up to do around the edges and the challenges. Things are looking up. Apologies, I've lost my voice. I'm a little bit sick, a little bit under the weather. Hopefully I can recover soon and get back to finishing off this game. All right, thanks so much for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.